Hello everybody and welcome to today's stretching, relaxation and muscle relieving. And as I say relieving, Penny is literally leaving. But Alfie hopefully is going to stay here for a little bit. So we've got 28 minutes together. We're just going to feel good this Sunday. We are just going to let our bodies go and we are just going to stretch it out and help with that recovery for the next week. So this one is all some slow stretching. So we're going to spend a lot of time on the ground, a lot of time with our legs, with our hips, really just getting nice and loose. So if you're kind of wanting to like do the splits or maybe work on those kind of postures, this is going to be a great video for this. So we're just going to slightly warm up first. We're just going to bring our heels up. That's it. So these videos are all exclusive for Burn 30 Day Get Fit. So the really cool thing is that anytime that you come onto this burn program, these videos are all directly for you. So that's it. So lift that leg up and then just over from side to side. Oh, yes, we're going to feel so good throughout this workout. Every single time that we are doing these exercises, really just want to take a moment just to be like, okay, what's our intention for the next week? I always talk about this on our weekly stretching meditation videos, but it's really important to take that time to reflect back on the amazing week that you've had, be grateful that you've had a week, and then also the new week that's coming. What have you got to be excited for? What are your intentions? What are your new goals? Okay, we're just going to hold it out to one side here. Now, if this is too much pressure for you, you can release that foot down, okay? Or that's it, or just completely relax down like Alfie. But if you want a little bit more tension, you can bring that toe up to the sky. And we're going to take it over to the other side. Like I said, we're going to spend a lot of time on the ground today, really stretching out our legs. It's going to feel so good. We worked a lot working with the upper body and the posture, but today we're going to work on that lower body. So let's just pull that leg up the other side. Take a nice big breath in and just let it all out. That's it. You can let your arms go today. We're not even going to be worried so much about what our shoulders are doing. We're just going to kind of like let everything floppy and be relaxed. And let's move over to the other side. Pull that toe up and just enjoy this next 28 minutes of workout. As much as Alfie, if you want to do what Alfie's doing, you can do that. That is literally the modified version. Okay, we're going to come straight down to the ground. Okay, so I'm a little bit stiff from this week's workout, so this is going to be a great exercise for me to do, and I'm not particularly flexible, and that doesn't matter. I'm going to bring one leg out to the side, and I'm just going to hold this position here right now. We're just going to get comfortable here. For some people, this could be, super easy. For others, you might already feel this stretch. Just let that foot that's sticking out there, the right leg, just let that relax, and try and kind of like sit onto your tailbone. So you're going to feel that maybe you're a little bit more onto that left butt cheek. So if you need to, you can also put something else underneath, but just try and sit evenly in between there and just let that leg kind of like relax. Lift your leg up, your chest up. Oh, that's it, Alfie. It's very tough. It's a tough life being in this. He's just getting his tan, because if you can't tone it, you can tan it. That's what Alfie does, and that's why he's this beautiful tan color and looks super toned. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of relax those arms down. So maybe just like relax over to your left leg. And here what I want you to do is you've got this nice bent leg here. If you put a little bit of pressure on, you're gonna feel that stretch a little bit more in the quads as well. So we're just gonna kind of lean forward. And whatever you're at right now, maybe your head's all the way down onto the ground, maybe your arms out in front, or maybe everything is like super flat, but this doesn't matter where you are. It's just really important to give your body those stretches. And some days you're going to do this video and you're going to be like all the way down onto the floor, and sometimes you're going to be like, I can barely get to here today. And it just depends of what your body's feeling like, if you're tired, if you're stressed, and what you've eaten that week, how much workout you've done, how much you've lifted. There's so many variables so that you never ever can compare. Okay, so let's just hold on to that foot. We're going to flex it up. I'm just going to lift that a little bit higher and just kind of lean into that right leg for me. That's it. So now you're going to start to feel that stretch a little bit more underneath your leg, particularly in the back of your knee and in those hamstrings. That's it. Alfie is really enjoying this workout. Absolutely love it. This is great working out if you want to work out with your kids, with your dogs. Penny has completely disappeared, but we've still got one of them. So that's it. Now, if you want to just kind of twist a little bit further towards that front leg. So now that your hips are facing towards that right leg that's sticking out, my foot is still flexed. I'm just going to kind of relax down here. And this time I just want you to let it all go. I don't want you to like hold on to anything. I want this foot to be floppy, and you're just going to kind of relax down. Now these kind of exercises, great stretches for going into eventually doing the splits, okay? Because you've got this leg that's here. The only thing you have to do is get that leg out the other side. It is not that easy, but with stretching and continuing to do stuff and yoga and working on those splits, you will eventually get there. It just takes a little bit of time. If that is too much pressure behind your knee right now, if you feel like, oh, that's like too strained, then you can just get a block and you can put that underneath here. And let's just relax that head down. We're just going to take a few moments here. Hey, whenever you just get that time just to relax down, just to hold a pose for a long period of time. You never do that because you're always on the run, but guess what? You've got to complete today's video, and that is what we are doing. So relax that head down. Take a breath in and exhale. Oh, okay, now if you want to a little bit further, you can have that stretch. You can flex that foot up and you're just gonna come a little bit lower down to the ground. Just a slight pull on your leg. I don't like to use the word pull, but just holding onto your leg and just lifting your chest a little bit closer towards your knee. And let's take one more inhale here together. And exhale. Okay, nice work. We're gonna take it over to the other side. So maybe in the middle, you kind of wanna shake out your legs a little bit. So I'm not gonna disturb Alfie right here. I'm just gonna have this leg out to the side and both of my hips are facing forward. Okay, so kind of sit on both tailbones. Just relax here, that's it. I've got this foot floppy. I'm just taking a moment here. If you want to, you can come and lean on that outside leg. You can kind of feel if you push a little bit slightly into your quadriceps, if you've got some tension there, you can kind of feel that and massage that out. And what we're gonna do is just to relax our head down. So nothing too, strenuous here. We're just getting into the middle of, just getting into the stretching workout. As we kind of progress, you'll feel a little bit more stretching. We'll be doing a little bit more. But the most important thing here is we're just loosening up and we don't want to dive into anything crazy, especially when we're kind of trying to do the splits. You've got to warm up really, really well. And if you've been doing heavy weights for a week and you're feeling stiff, this is going to be difficult. Okay, so let's try and release those elbows to the ground and then relax the head all the way to the ground as well. I'm still keeping that foot floppy. If you've got too much tension behind your knee, you can always just put like a towel or a block or something. That's it, so relax down. Okay, let's just walk out all the way up and then we're gonna like face that leg just like we did on the other side. And just hold this position here, like whatever's comfortable. Maybe you're kind of up here, that's no problem. You've got to start somewhere. And we're just gonna rotate and get both of our hips to face forwards towards that. How are you feeling, Alfie? I know, it's pretty hot out here. You're enjoying the sun, you're getting a tan. He's sleeping, he's loving it. Right, we are going to go a little bit further down. So just relax that head now over the top. We're still gonna keep this foot floppy in front of us and just let everything go. Really try and keep those hips both facing forwards. That's it, Alfie's now using my leg as a pillow. And just release everything down. So we're gonna be working a lot with our legs today, stretching everything out, working on opening up those hips. We've got some great, upper body workouts for posture, so make sure that you check those out. And just really just get through these workouts on Sunday, but don't just get through them, really set the intention. And we're gonna be talking about a little bit about the intention for this week after this next exercise. So this time we're gonna flex that foot and we're just gonna kind of grab onto it and lift a little bit lower down to the ground. So you're gonna feel that tension more in the backs of your knee, in your calf muscle. Remember, we've been really working the glutes and the hamstrings and the quads. So all major muscles that we need to relieve tension from. Let's take one more inhale and exhale down. Oh, okay. It's a bit hot now, huh, buddy? You hot? You want to get into some shade? That's it. Come sit here. That's it. Lie down. There we go. Yeah, it's getting a little bit hot. Okay, cool. So we're going to lie down too. I'm going to come down here so I'm not disturbing Alfie. And all we're going to do is we're going to bring those a little bit further. We're going to bring those knees in towards the chest. Oh, this feels so good. That's it. So bringing those knees in towards the chest. Now, if you've been working out hard, you've been increasing your weight, you're going to be able to feel that all down the backs of your glutes and into your hamstrings. So just gently onto your shins here, bring your knees in towards your chest. And I want you to keep them, your knees together. We're going to open up a little bit into happy baby in just one moment. But I just want you to just put a little bit of pressure on your shins just to feel that stretch. You can kind of feel that in the inner thigh as well. And then just like release it and take it all the way back down to the ground. Okay, shake out your legs. Oh yeah, you can feel those glutes working. Okay, let's take it one more time. So bring it here and then just bring those knees in towards the chest. Really just relax that head down. You can close your eyes if you want, drop your shoulder blades down and just enjoy. Take a moment, breathe in and exhale. Take those feet down to the ground. Okay, next exercise we're going to do is just kind of like wiggle out those feet. We're going to bring it back in here, kind of go into that happy baby. But first of all, just take your knees a little bit out towards the side and then push down onto those shins. Really push your shoulder blades down, you relax your neck, and just gently put some pressure on your shins. So you're stretching out those quads, you can feel that in the inner thigh. And we're just opening up the hips here. And now let's just take it into some circles, okay? So putting your hands down onto the ground, and we're going to rotate towards the right. So relax your feet, just have your knees touching, and just slowly, gently rotate round. Just take a moment, enjoy that feeling. Maybe if that's a little bit too much pressure on your tailbone, you're going to need to get a thicker mat, or just put a towel underneath. Let's take it in the other way, opposite direction. Oh, yes, this feels so good. So even if you just need to have a lie down, maybe just add some stretches in before you have a sleep. It's really great, each time, because we've got those warm up and cool down videos that you're going to add in while you're doing those workouts. So making sure you do those is going to make sure that the weekends you are not so stiff. Okay, we're going to extend one leg up to the sky. Okay, so we're just going to keep our left knee in towards us. Is he still there? Hi, Alfie. Yep, you're a great cushion. And we're going to flex that foot at the front, okay, so that right leg. And all you're going to do is you're going to drop that leg all the way down to the ground, keeping that foot flexed, and then bring it all the way back up to the top. That's it. So extending nice and low. We're taking our time with this. Really make sure that you're holding onto this knee so you can feel that stretch in the quad. Lift all the way up. And extend all the way down. That's it. Now let's take it all the way up to the top. And take it down. Relax those shoulders. Try not to hold tension here. Even though that you are holding onto your leg, you still want to just open up that chest. And when you do, you'll find that your knee will come a little bit closer towards your body. So you kind of like open up your chest, and that brings your knee closer. That's it. Lifting up and down. Okay, let's do one more together. And all the way up. Okay, let's take it over to the other side. So bring your right knee in, grab hold of your shins, and just bring that knee in quite close to start with, okay? And then release those shoulders down. Extend that left leg up to the sky and take it all the way down and all the way up. And Alfie is out of here. That's it. Slowly all the way down to the ground and then bring it back up. And every time I'm just really thinking about opening up my chest, and that's going to make me squeeze a little bit harder on my right leg, and then I can feel that more pressure in the quad. Try and keep this foot flexed as possible because we're stretching out the back of the leg, getting some active stretching there. Oh yes, this feels so good. Just taking that time each week to give your body what it needs. It's so important that you feed your body the right nutrition, that you have the right amount of exercise, you have the right amount of sleep, you have the right amount of rest, you drink enough water. So many different things that can really determine how your body is. Let's take it all the way down and squeeze up to the top. Okay, let's do one more together and all the way here. Okay, bring those knees in together. Let's just do a few circles one way, few the other way, and let's just take it into happy baby. So you can either just hold it right here, okay, or you can grab both of those toes and just kind of sway from side to side. And you really just want to kind of push your shoulders into the ground, your back into the ground, and put your pinkies through those toes, and then open your knees out to the side and just sway backwards and forwards and just enjoy the nice breeze air. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring those knees together. Let's just do a gentle roll up. We're gonna flip on over onto our stomachs, and we're gonna come up into a high plank. So come up into a high plank here, and we're just gonna bend those knees and then straighten them. That's it, just to kind of activate those glutes, bend those knees, straighten. Give me a few more. That's it, putting a little bit of pressure and tension into the upper body. And this next one, lift your hips up to the sky and take it into a downward dog. And just walk out that dog for me. You're gonna really feel it in the backs of your legs. That's it, push your chest down to the ground. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, push those heels a little bit closer towards the ground. Now let's lift up that right leg and we're going to swoop it all the way through into pigeon, okay? So this is a great exercise for your hips, great exercise for opening up. So wherever you're at right now, you know, some people can get their leg all the way out here. Mine, I'm very, very tight in my hips. So here is going to be good for me right now. And I'm just going to kind of get comfortable with it and sit on the side here. So I'm going to keep that chest lifted. So this is a great exercise for your hips, okay? When you kind of go lower to the ground, you're actually stretching a little bit more of your back. So I want us to start here for a while. So we are just going to hold this pose together for a few moments, okay? So try and get both of your hips facing forward. You might want to put a block underneath. Some days you might need a block, some days you might not. Like I said, your body is always so different. You just never know sometimes how it's going to behave, and one side just might be easier to do than the other. That's it. And let's just hold that here. And we're just going to take a moment and we're going to lie all the way down to the ground. So still really enjoying that stretch in the quad. But I want you to relax your forehead. So if that means opening your arms up all the way down to the ground. And you're just going to take 5 breaths here on your own. So count 5 inhales and exhales. This is going to be left up to you. Really make sure that you inhale through your nose, you hold it at the top, and you exhale nice and loud throughout the mouth. Now let's do the last one together. In 3, 2, 1. So inhale through the nose and exhale. Just try and release a little bit further down. So maybe move your arms out further in front of you. Relax your forehead to the mat. And on your next inhale, you're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders. And you are going to come up onto that high plank. Oh, shake out those feet. That's it. Pedal it backwards and forwards. And then come back into that downward dog. Let's take it over to the other side, but we're actually going to step through. So step to the top of your mat, and we're going to gently roll all the way up to standing. We're going to turn all the way around. Rotate those shoulders. Just wiggle out those legs a little bit. And let's walk all the way down. So I want you to try and keep your legs nice and straight here. We're going to walk it down here, and just like we did on the other side, bend those knees and then straighten them. That's it. So squeeze those glutes, nice bend, push down into those hands, squeeze those glutes. And let's take one more, and on this one you're going to send your hips up to the sky and then push down onto those heels. And let's just pedal out those heels again. Really push down into the hands, pushing your chest through. Inhale and exhale. So let's lift up that left leg this time. And we're going to send it all the way through. And just lift up that chest. Ooh, my body is tight today. Okay, so wherever you are right now, you might want to get a block to put it underneath you. And we're just going to sit up here. This is our first point. So I don't want you to just relax all the way down right now. I want you to really feel that stretch within your hips, within your quad. And just breathe here. You might want to put 2 blocks underneath your hands. You might need to put it underneath your glute, underneath that butt, and just breathe here. Okay, and when you're ready, you can stay up here if you want to and do those 5 breaths here if that feels good. But if you want to just drop down to the ground, kind of get comfortable, you might need to kind of roll back onto that glute. You're just going to drop all the way down until you are really relaxed. Now this might not be such a relaxing pose for you because you might be feeling it, and that's no problem. You just do your best that you can to relax. So in your own time, again, just like we did on the other side, you're going to do your 5 breaths. Remember to inhale through the nose and then hold that breath at the top, and then to make a nice big noise on the exhale as you breathe out. Try just let everything go. Don't have any tension in your feet. If you need to move your elbows out to the side, I feel that sometimes helps, and then just relaxing that forehead down. Kind of breathe through that tension. So when you inhale, you want to kind of send that inhale towards that area that's tight. And in a few breaths, we're going to do that last one together and see if we can relax just a little bit more. In 3, 2, 1. So let's inhale. Nice big inhale, fill up those lungs, and exhale. Let's get a little bit lower towards the ground and just really let all that tension go in your fingers. Let tension go in your jaw and release everything down to the ground. With your next inhale, put your hands underneath your shoulders. Let's come up, and we're gonna come all the way over and sit in the middle right here. So let's just set those intentions for the week. You know, we kind of talk about goal setting, we talk about what it is that we want to achieve. Maybe it's something that we want to let go of. And that's what we're going to work on today, is we're going to come up with a couple of things that we are going to let go on today. And then we are going to finish out the rest of our stretching session. So let's just close our eyes together and think of a few things that we need to let go of in order to get where we want to go. So maybe there is something that is holding you back. Maybe there is somebody that's holding you back, or there's a situation where you just need to remove yourself to be able to get to where you want to be. So it could be 2 things, it could be 3 things. Maybe you just want to focus on one thing. You know, maybe it's not buying sweets at the supermarket. Maybe it's, not hanging out with a certain person because they're not a good influence on you. Or, maybe it's that you want to let go of comparing yourself to other people. Or you want to let go of, how you feel about a certain person. Maybe it's that you need to forgive somebody for something. So let's just take a moment here to think about a couple of things that we are going to work on to promise ourselves that we are going to let go of. Maybe it's not going to work this week, but in the future, the next week, the week after, when we keep reinforcing this behavior, we're going to eventually let go. So let's just take 30 seconds right now just to work on our breathing. I want everybody to close their eyes. Now you can either put your palms facing up or facing down, and just rotate those shoulders back. And for the next 20 seconds, you're just going to inhale and exhale and think about those 2 to 3 things that you want to let go of for this week. So whatever it is, maybe you want to write them down afterwards. Let's just take a moment here. Inhale and exhale, let go of that first thing. Whatever that first thing was on your list, let that go. Take a moment to think about that second thing. Relax your shoulders down, palms up, palms down. And once you've got that second thing, let's inhale together and exhale. Let that second thing go. Now, if you don't have a third thing, that's no problem. If you do, we're going to do it again. And if you didn't have a third thing, then maybe you can try letting it go from the first or the second thing again, because maybe you didn't 100% let go that first time. So let's have that third thing in line. And let's inhale together. And a nice big deep exhale, let it go. Maybe it was the first, the second, and the third thing that you were letting go all in that one round of breath. And let's really have that intention to focus on that this week. So with that being said, we're going to stay sitting down and we're going to extend our legs out to the side, okay? So this position, not always that comfortable for everybody. It's not my favorite position either, but we're just gonna kind of sit up here. If you wanna have a bend in your knees, that's no problem. Okay, you might wanna put your hands either side of your mat or maybe behind. And we're just gonna sit here. Maybe if you want to, you can bend up your knees. And we're just gonna kind of rotate from side to side. So here you can really start to feel that inside thigh burning. Oh, yes. Everything is kind of waking up. You can kind of feel the stretching in your side as well. That's super important to make sure that every day when you wake up, you just give yourself like a big, big stretch. And let's just go from side to side. Let's keep going backwards and forwards. And in a moment, we're going to take it over to one side. Now, if this is too much, you can bring your foot in. That's no problem. Or you can bring your feet straight out in front of you. We're going to take it over to one side, and we're just going to relax that head down. So this is all great stretching for anything that you're doing in the splits, because if you are really tight behind your knees or your hamstrings, this one is going to really help reduce that. But sometimes it's just your body, guys. It's just the way that you're made. So do not worry if the splits is just not in your cards. There are plenty of other things that you are capable of. And let's relax that down. Okay, we're gonna move into the middle and we're just gonna stay here. We're just gonna hold this down and relax. And some days I can get my head to the ground. Today I've been doing a lot of workouts in the last few days, so I'm not that flexible, but that is totally okay. I'm just gonna relax my head down and do exactly what my body needs of me today. So let's breathe in and exhale, just drop it down a little bit further. Okay, let's take it over to that left leg. So all we're doing is just kind of trying to twist that body towards our leg. You can relax that head down. If you need to keep bending this leg, that's no problem. Just make sure that you're not pulling so much so that you're gonna pull something here. You just wanna enjoy that stretch. This is soft stretching. This is all soft stretching, guys. So nothing where we're really like tugging on anything. We are just really just relaxing our body, using our body weight to relax over it to enable it to help it stretch and release. Okay, we're gonna slowly bring those knees in together so those feet are gonna be touching. You can really feel it in those. For me, the backs of my knees are the things that are really, really tight. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna sit up and we are gonna roll from side to side, just getting a little bit more comfortable on those sit bones. So let's just leave it here. We're just gonna grab hold of those toes and just kind of push down those knees, bring them up, and then relax them down. Opening up that chest, bring those knees in, and then relax all the way down. That's it. Just a few more here. Squeeze and extend down, and bring it in, and extend. And if you want a little bit more tension, you can just kind of push down gently on the inside of your calves, just to feel that stretch, kind of rock from side to side, and just gently stretch. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna come back up onto our knees. We're just gonna engage that upper body just a little bit, work on that center part, working on stretching out, just so we have a nice stretch for today. So we're gonna bring those palms in to clasp together. You're gonna extend all the way into the front, and then we're gonna extend all the way up to the sky. So just push those palms forward towards me, open up, kind of like do a little cat stretch for me, and then open all the way up to the top. So that's it. So just lift up. That feels so good. Kind of something that you want to do in the morning. And we're just going to like shake out those hips a little bit. Maybe go one way, maybe the other way. We've been working a little bit on those pigeons. So really great exercise just to kind of like get loose in those hips. Let's take that back down to the middle and wraps those fingers. We're going to take it back to the back. So this time you're just going to make the same pose out the back and then just pull your arms up a little bit, just opening up that chest. Make sure those glutes are nice and squeezed. And we are almost through, guys. Yes, you're doing so great. Let's just keep it here. We're gonna extend a little bit further. So again, out into the front and all the way up to the top. And this time taking it over to the right-hand side. So still putting that belly button in towards the spine. You don't wanna over-exaggerate here. You wanna keep everything nice and tucked in. So that's it, open up that chest and take it over to the side. For 3, 2, 1, bring it back into the middle, lift up, and let's take it all over to the side. Oh, yes, feeling so good. Awesome, guys, you did so great today. I'm so proud of you for giving your body this time to recover and to make sure that you are stretching enough so that we can start that new week. Let's open up those arms and we're going to gradually come to standing. So rotate those shoulders. That's it. Just kind of wiggle it out. Move those hips around and then gently come all the way up. And again, we're going to just move those hips. We were working a lot today with that flexibility. So let's take it round the other way. Feels so good. I feel like I'm like back in like a PE class. Corey did this workout the other day and made me laugh so much because it looked funny doing it. So let's switch it all the way around and take it one more. And we're going to bring those arms up over the top of our head. Bring those feet in together. As we bring down, we're going to remember what those 2 to 3 things we were going to let go of this week. And anytime that you're forgetting to let go of that, take an inhale, breathe it out, and breathe out that thing that you are going to let go. Thank you for joining me today. This was a great workout. I hope you got so much from it. Make sure that you check out all the recipes that we have. Tick off each day of your calendar. And of course, I will see you on tomorrow's workout. Bye-bye, guys.